Welcome to DRX item tags. So in DRX, we can go to an item. We'll search for an item here. And let's look up Xaralto, for instance. And from the item file, we can see this tag name here in the middle. And you can name these tags whatever. So we might call it, maybe we're going to call it the rebate tag. Now, if you don't have a tag, when you search for that specific tag, you'll see, hey, no results. You can add a new one by clicking Add Rebate Model as New Tag. And you'll see that once that appears, I can go ahead and click on it and populate it here in the tags. Now, items can have multiple tags, and that's perfectly acceptable. Now, we can actually go to Tag Manager here, and we can see that tags can have different descriptions. They can have parent tags, and they can be toggled to show on a website. So, for instance, if this were for an OTC item or maybe something for prescribing, right? If we want to have something show up on the prescriber portal, we can give little descriptions to these items under this tag, and we can have them fall under a parent tag. For instance, I might have compound be the parent tag of antibiotic. What this would mean is that from the prescriber portal, prescribers could click on compounds and then see different categories of compounds that the pharmacy would be willing to make. So for instance, we might have antibiotics, we might have HRT, etc. Another important purpose of these tags is that they can be used for filtering reports, meaning if I go ahead and run a prescription find report, and maybe I want to see everything that was sold from December 1st onwards, I can choose to narrow this down to only prescriptions that had specific tags on them. So maybe, I don't know, let's choose rebate and rebate model and see if anything meets those criteria, and we'll hit search. Now, in this case, I don't get any. But if you did have prescriptions for items that were in those tags, those results would show up here. Now, we can actually tag prescription items in bulk. We can go to item find here. And this might be particularly useful for the prescriptions under the rebate model coming soon here. We can go to our name of our item here. And I could, for instance, say Jardiance or Xarelto. And I don't need to be more specific than that. We can just have this general name in here. We'll see there's 9 items that meet those criteria, and it's all of these different strengths of Xarelto here. Well, rather than me having to click into each item and add that rebate tag, although I can do that, better would be to go to actions here in the top right. We'll say add item tag, and we can add our rebate tag to all of these items at once. That way, when I go to run my reports for beacon reporting, I can pull in all of the items that are under this tag.